Good morning. So, in our previous discussion, we have discussed how ozone is polluted, how ozone is formed in stratosphere, how it is formed in atmosphere, how it is formed in biosphere, what are the ill effects caused due to depletion of ozone in the stratosphere, what are the ill effects caused due to depletion of ozone in the atmosphere, right? So, and also have discussed what are the sources, ill effects, and controls of lead. So, today in our discussion, let us discuss what are the sources of mercury, what are the sources of particulate matter, ill effects, and control of mercury and particulate matter one by one. To start with, sources of mercury. So, what is the main source of mercury as per you? The main source of mercury, the first thing which we remember, mercury means liquid metal, isn't it? The only liquid metal which we have is, which we know as, or which we have is mercury, isn't it? Mercury is a metal, but it's a liquid metal. Mercury can also be solidified. We have idols of mercury, idols of mercury which have been done thousands of years before. So you can imagine why it is idols, and even now it exists. So mercury solidifies only at minus 37 degrees Celsius, 37 to 38 degrees Celsius. You can just imagine how our ancestors had I don't know what they had used. Now you have various methods to cool, isn't it? So just imagine how they have cooled mercury in to minus 37 degrees Celsius and solidified it. And we have idols of Shiva, I mean gods. Okay, because mercury, it is not only dangerous, but solid mercury, if it is consumed in small quantity, it is good to health. So the Shiva lingas which are made using mercury, if we consume that water continuously, it cures many of the diseases. Okay, okay, that is the other part. So let us see. Mercury means the first thing is it's a heavy metal, it's a liquid metal, and thermometer. Where will you see the mercury? In thermometer, right? So what are the other sources of mercury? What are the anthropogenic sources of mercury? The global anthropogenic source of mercury as per 2010 and even now. Let us see what are that. So about 37% it is emitted from agriculture and small scale gold mining industries, and nearly 18% is emitted from metal production, ferrous and non-ferrous ferrous industries, and about 24% is produced from fossil fuel combustion industries. About 5% is produced from waste incineration, waste, and others, and nearly 1% is produced from charcoal industries. About 6% is other sources. Okay, so these are anthropogenic sources. Okay, so and on landfills and sewage also contribute to mercury being released into our soil and water. A small amount of mercury can be released into the air through exhaust fumes of car and buses, motorbikes, etc. So these are the major anthropogenic sources of mercury. It is not only 2010, even every time. So let us see what are the ill effects of mercury. So mercury mainly damages the brain cells. So mercury damages brain, it damages ear, it damages kidney, immune system of all ages. Not necessarily but after 10 years it will damage, after 15 years it damage, after 20 years it damage. It will damage the immune system of all age people. Okay, it might be small children, it might be aged people, middle-aged people. For everyone, the mercury will damage. So high levels of methyl mercury in blood streams harms the babies, and it causes blue baby syndrome, and causes mainly damages the nervous system in the damages the nervous system in babies. Other effects include numbness. So if you hold your hand tightly for some time, what will happen? Blood circulation stops, right? And you'll feel the entire palm will feel numb. Okay. So similarly, you'll feel numbness in hands, feet, general muscle weakness, narrowing vision damage, and hearing damage. Vision will damage, hearing will damage. So and finally, it will lead to long time exposure will lead to blindness, deafness. Okay, this is the exposure, ill effects of mercury. And methyl mercury causes a disease called as Minamata disease. So, what are the other effects on human beings? So, disruption of, as discussed, it may damage the DNA. So, chromosomal damage may occur. Allergic reactions resulting in skin rashes, tiredness, and headaches. Negative reproductive effects such as sperm damage, birth defects, and miscarriages may also occur. So nowadays, many miscarriages are occurring. One of the reason might be also due to exposure of miscarriage. So damaged brain functions can cause degradation of learning abilities, personality changes, tremors, vision changes, deafness, muscle incoordination, and memory loss. So these are the ill effects. So nowadays, one of the other main source of mercury is your CFL lamp. So we used to use a bulb, later tube light overtook. Once what happened, the CFL came. So they told the CFL is very good. It gives the with less power output, you get more power, more light. So the CFL was utter flop, and it was completely banned in Western countries. So it was manufactured in plenty, in abundant. Find what they're supposed to do once it is banned in European countries. India is a dustbin. They found a dustbin, and it is our country. So it's slowly marketed in India, and we are fools, right? So every one of us replaced our tube lights with CFL. By the time we realize that CFL should be disposed properly, if it is not disposed properly, it may cause health hazards. It was too late because CFL, all our CFL lamps contain what? Mercury. So by the time we realized it was too late, and later now it is replaced by LED. We don't know one fine day what will happen, but now we're replacing it by LED. So when a new thing comes into market, we are supposed to do research. Now we have so many things available. So we just log into, instead of wasting time in Facebook or WhatsApp, you just log into something new product. You can do a research before buying it. Not just cost and reviews. Just see the chemical reactions, chemical composition, and then buy a product. To some extent, you can stop harming environment from your side. Okay, now we are, as you know, in our college also we have completely using LED bulbs, right? We are not using any CFL or tube lights. Okay, that is different thing. So let's how to control mercury pollution. So as I told, replacing all CFL by LED bulbs. So using alternative material for replacing mercury in all electronic devices. Instead of mercury, you're supposed to use some other thing. So where mercury is used? Mercury is used as a coolant in nuclear power plants. So what best coolant other than mercury? When now research is going on, we get a better coolant than mercury. We are supposed to, but it's not impossible. We are supposed to find it out. So proper collection, scientific disposal in landfills to be taken care. So by if we do this to maximum extent, we can control mercury pollution. Particulate matter. What do you mean by particulate matter? Any solid or liquid droplets suspended in air which are whose size is less than 100 micrometer is called as a particulate matter. So dust and solids, whereas fog, if particle size is less than 2.5 micrometer, they are called as fine particulates and remain suspended for a considerable length of time. And those greater than 2.5 micrometer are called as coarse particulates, which settle down rapidly. So you see, what are the sources? How they are formed? How they are formed? See, dust soot, which is occurred due to forest fires. When forest fire occur, so much of dust and soot is produced. Okay, so mining. So mining 100% main source is mining. Okay, then natural organic emissions, pollens, pollens from plants, your urban industrial area activities, transport, soot and dust coming out of from industries, automobiles, the water vapor. So the soot contains from the soot and exhaust coming from the industries contains nitrates, sulfates, hydrocarbons. So soil particulates. So water vapor, salt particles, water vapor, ash, dust, which are coming from the volcanic eruption. All these are what all these are sources for your particulate matter. So ill effects. So the main ill effect is visibility. The visibility will be decreased, reduction in visibility, you cannot see properly. Okay, so particulate matter, if it penetrates into lungs, it causes bronchitis, it causes wheezing problem, asthma, and one fine day it causes lung cancer and leads to death. So as much as possible, we are supposed to prevent, and it's not only these, there are anthropogenic sources also. Those whatever I showed here, these are natural sources. So anthropogenic sources, the mining, and you have cotton industries, leather industries, cotton industries where mattresses, pillows are produced. We get enormous amount of particulate matter generated. So especially people working there in cotton industries and mining industries should be educated first, and they are supposed to be given a good mask in order to prevent them from inhaling this particulate matter, because it causes lung cancer, it may lead to death. So how to control? So particulate matter, it may affect say premature death, hospital admission, emergency room visit, asthma. So it may cause chronic bronchitis, cancer, cardiovascular diseases, heart attack, diabetes. So all these are the health effects. How to control them? You're supposed to fix a in a mining industry or a cotton industry, we're supposed to fix a gravity chamber. So due to centrifugal force, what will happen, the particle size of a 5 to 20 micrometer will be removed. So by fabric filters, by using wet scrubbers, by using electrostatic precipitator, we can to maximum extent we can remove the what the particulate matter entering into the atmosphere. So once it is precipitated, we can dispose. Okay, it should not enter into the air. From air we are not supposed to allow it to enter into our body. Okay, thank you.